Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Rune News. I'm your host, Ryan, and as always, it's bloody good to have you guys here in the audience today. And this Sunday, the Winter Summit of 2026 is hitting the shelves, ladies and gentlemen. Jagex is going to announce, in my opinion, my prediction, raids for the new Vampire Quest Blood Moon Rises, the new Deadman mode that's starting a week later. I'm thinking League 6, probably some sort of HD and UI update, and then maybe some information on the next sailing content release after the sailing combat changes, of course, which, come to think of it now, doesn't sound like a super exciting Winter Summit because a lot of that content is still going to be miles away. Especially considering when TOA was announced, that took about 2 years before it actually came to the game. We still have almost no information on that raid, but I'm going to get you guys as much information on all of that content and whatever happens in the summit as fast as I can. So don't be afraid to hit the like and subscribe button down below so you don't miss an update. We'll be watching it live right here on this YouTube channel and at kick.com/King Condor. Go over there, drop a follow, and I'll throw 3 inches on the end of your cock for free. That's right, we're talking about shaft, knob, and then 3 inches of shaft. We don't fuck around here. And of course, I would love to know your opinions in the comment section down below of what you think will be coming in the Winter Summit this coming Sunday. We'll be there, we'll be live, but tell me in advance, let me know your predictions, and if you win and you get all of it right, I will give you a free bond. Just make sure you subscribe as well, otherwise I won't be able to see you commenting in the live chat to give you your juicy bond. My name is Ryan. I've got a big dick, and if you follow on Kick, yours will be even bigger. Now let's get into the old school RuneScape update right here, right now, right here on Rune News right now. This is Rune News right here on Rune News. You're watching Rune News, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is Rune News. Holy guacamole, boys. Holy guacamole. Holy moleys are here. The hooded Slayer helmet is here. I wasn't expecting this shit already. The poll just passed like 2 days ago. Jagex has this in the pipeline, yet the Shellbane Griffin combat tasks are nowhere to be seen. Keep that in mind, guys. Just remember that shit. Anyways, good news. The hooded Slayer helmet is here. Unfortunately, for now, the hooded Slayer helmet only works with the standard Slayer helmet. Hopefully, it works with other variants in the future. All you gotta do is go to Slayer Master, spend 1,000 points, waste 1,000 points, should I say, and then you just use your Slayer helmet and your base Slayer helmet and your Slayer hood together, and boom, you got yourself a nice hooded Slayer helmet, which does look pretty fucking sick, I will admit. It's just a shame you can't use the other variants yet. Maybe soon, because it'll look good with that twisted helmet for sure. That's about it. It's just purely cosmetic. That's all we got. Now we've got the holy guacamoles, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, they're here. The best in slot prayer boots, the best in slot footwear, and these are going to look fucking sick. Everyone's going to be rocking these all over the game. I need to start grinding this now on the Ironman. All you have to do is get the holy sandals and the mole slippers and go talk to Wyson in the Faldor Garden, and this option will appear in the chat box. Do that and he'll make them for you. They are reversible but not tradable. You'll get +3 prayer bonus. They look pretty fucking solid on your feet, and of course if you've got the little naked skin wrap mole pet too, it's even sweeter. So that's huge. Now all we need is for Jagex to let you use your claws on the mole slippers to turn them pink, which would look kind of weird, but it'll go, that's full circle for the mole cosmetics. So good stuff. It's also Saradome and item in God Wars. Shit, I'd better get some. Damn, I've been using Saradome. Yeah, okay. All right, I'm grinding them out. That's our new best in slot Saradome and footwear until we get the ACB. So that's fucking huge. Sailing fixes and tweaks. Nothing super important except for 2 things. 1, they've updated the Seed Vault, and 2, next week's update they're going to allow us to move facilities on our boats, which is actually massive. And a sleeper update they haven't mentioned really other than just here. This is the first time we're hearing about it. They're going to bring the ability to, they're aiming to release this update as part of next week's game update. They're looking to allow you to move your facilities on your boat or flat pack them. So that's going to be a massive update next week. That's a huge quality of life improvement for sailing. So a lot of people have been asking for that. That's going to be fucking big. Sleeper update there. Permanent Deadman changes. No one gives a fuck about that. We're moving on to the update on Legacy Java client. Basically, they're going to be discontinuing the standalone option as of next Wednesday. Yes, January 20th, next Wednesday. Huge. Winter Summit is coming this weekend on Sunday. We'll be live streaming it. There's going to be a 3-hour Deadman event prior to that. Deadman Factions it's called. I am not part of the Deadman Factions. There are 4 different teams, and all your content creators and streamers that are part of it are right here on this list. I'm sure you guys have seen the updates, seen the video. Some of you are probably wondering why I'm not part of the factions. I'm going to be going into that in extensive detail in a future video very soon, especially on the live stream, because it's a common question I'm being asked quite a lot. To summarize it in a very brief few words is that, well, they're scared of me. Quite literally, that is the most simple and accurate and honest way to put it. But I'll explain more in the live stream and in the future video coming. But it's going to be good fun to watch. It's 3 hours before the Winter Summit 2, so it gives you something to hype yourself up into hearing about the next Deadman event, which is huge. Other changes is pretty basic stuff. There's just like spelling mistakes and whatnot. Clan Wars, Discord Chaos. I'm not jumping in no fucking RuneScape Discord. It's weird in there. So you guys can do what you want with that Clan War shit. I'm not fucking touching it. Free to play, get fucked. And merchandise, that isn't mine, so I will scroll straight past it. LMS is no longer on Osrs, which is fair. I've been ripping it up in there lately, so now we're going to remain non-racist for this week, and then we'll get back to it next week. That is the old school RuneScape update in a nutshell. Very quick, very easy. No Shellbane Griffin combat task. I know it's a basic boss, who cares, but it's just weird that it's been in the game for nearly, well, it's on its way to 3 months now, and they can bust this shit out in a week. So I think they may have forgotten. Maybe if we ask again next week, we might get it. But until then, guys, you guys are going to make some fat cash right now on the Grand Exchange update with Wade Green. He doesn't even know that the Holy Moleys are coming into the game. So big money coming right now. Tell your friends, launch those fuckers to the moon. RuneScape 3 had their announcements this week. Everyone's really hyped about Jagex pulling all the stops out. I think RuneScape 3 is going to become just RuneScape again by the looks of it. They're bringing a bunch of amazing updates to the game. I've heard great things about it. Unfortunately, I haven't paid any attention to any of it, so as far as I'm concerned, RuneScape 3 players are coping, and they're all full of shit because, as we know, in comparison to old school RuneScape especially, RuneScape 3 is fucking dog shit. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Grand Exchange segment for Rune News. My name is Wade Green, and of course, once again, the biggest rise of the week is the fucking mole slippers at 500k a pair. They're actually close to the 700k, and they're skyrocketing because the Holy Moleys have passed the poll, ladies and gentlemen. It is out of our hands now. There may be only a few more weeks left until those come to the game to see where exactly they sit. The best in slot boots are finally coming in hot. The Doom ain't dropping the treads. Get yourself some mole slippers today. Tell your friends they're about to skyrocket to 1.5 mil each. Just give them some random bullshit ass numbers so that way they buy more mole slippers, and that way yours go up in value. Simple economics, boys. You want to make some money? Just lie to your fucking friends. Now, the biggest loss of the week is the Voidwaker hilt, and of course this makes perfect sense because, well, the Voidwaker doesn't have a whole lot of love and use in the game at the moment. The Burning Claws and the Dragon Claws, they all just kind of supersede each other. Then you've got the ZCB as well for excellent range damage, and of course your boy has taken back up the PKing mantle. We're back doing our PvP streams every Friday in the wilderness, and we're undefeated, and we're unfucking stoppable, and no one's been able to take us down. In fact, we've been shutting shit down in the wilderness, especially at the singles plus bosses and in the rev Ks, which of course drives the price of these down because people are just too scared to go out there when the king's back in the fucking wilderness. So you're all welcome. Grab yourself a Voidwaker today before it skyrockets with the next raid. And then of course, ladies and gentlemen, the Twisted Bing Bong Million Chillian Bing Bong Billigan Bulligan is still the biggest and most expensive mega rare of the year, and likely the best, well, the first mega rare to go to the max cash stack. So keep an eye on the Twisted Bow, learn Chambers Eric, and start farming that shit because this bow is going to take you places. And if you want to farm the Doom, use a T-bow because holy fuck, it is huge over the Scorching Bow. My name is Wade Green, and that's all I've got for you today, ladies and gentlemen. I've got a fat cock, and you guys are going to have a good night. Have a good night. This week's Iron Man moments, ladies and gentlemen, have a common thing, tying them all together. The theme is coward. This is the theme right here because we've got D behind me showing off 2 different collection logs, but he hasn't got the balls to say it to my fucking face. That's why he's timing it right to make sure it's in Rune News with the algorithm, because he doesn't have an armored crossbow from Zilliana. Boo-hoo. Look at me with my 80 KC next pet, and then the horn which he got in the first KC of the trip of a mass, and then fucked off like a piece of shit. So D, that one's for you, and yeah, you're a coward. Say it to my face next time. Our next coward for this week's Iron Man moments goes to Neon Tifa, the man, the myth, the used car salesman, goat in Tifa they call him. He's doing next, but he's avoiding doing it with me because he knows if I catch him in a nice prison, I'm leaving his ass there and making sure he gets fucking nuked, because that's just what he deserves for the way that he pulls these next drops left, right, and center, thinking he can hide that shit from me. Congratulations on the full helmet. It's a shame that you were dodging my request to do next. I was DMing you. I've even sent you letters and Christmas cards saying come next. Still avoids it, and then chooses to go with people that won't trap him while he leaves them in the ice prison. Neon Tifa, certified coward at next, and if you catch him at next, let him know I said that. Tell him to show up next time. And on the other end of the spectrum, we have Zealous on the Iron Man pulling the Dragon Warhammer, which means he can no longer be considered a coward because he's going to have to man up, go to Chambers and Zarek and upgrade that shit to the Elder Maul, which means he was once a coward, now he's not. GZ on the Dragon Warhammer, 13k. We were just talking about this on stream too, so it's huge to see you get that drop. And as the coward segment is wrapping up, that is also going to wrap up Rune News this week, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ryan. Suck a big fat dick, and I'll see you all in the live streams very soon, especially this weekend for the Winter Summit when that goes live. My name is Ryan. You're watching Rune News. Have a good night. This is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big board